Hey what up writers, I'm Violet. Welcome back to my channel for today's vlog. I have not gotten that much done writing wise this week or like YouTube wise because my partner is off for a few days from work and having him home has been great obviously, but it's really thrown off my writing and productivity schedule. Every time I try to like open my laptop or get on my Alpha Smart to work, I just feel like I'm constantly being interrupted. I think part of it's just because we're in a one-bedroom apartment and his computer's out here and this is my space out here, and it just hasn't been great for productivity. I have several things on my to-do list though for tonight, so I'm trying to just buckle down and get some things done and film around the chaos. The first thing I want to do is put my phone files for my 10K day on to Scrivener because I haven't done that yet, and I want to start prepping for my 10K day for February. I haven't really touched the High School Monster Hunter project since that 10K day, and I really wanted, like I said, to ease myself into it, so I need to get the files up and see where the draft is at and kind of just start piecing it together with the rest of the document. I'm also reading an arc right now, The Londoners, which is coming out next month. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a whole dedicated review to that or if I'm just going to include it in a reading wrap up. I would like to get that some reading done today as well, so that's kind of what I'm doing right now, figuring out my High School Monster Hunter files and reading the arc. So going through the speech notes, I realized I had left myself a little bit of a gift in the fact that I had done some sort of editing and brainstorming notes about where I want to continue the draft and what needs to be added and changed, and I just went over to the desktop and printed all those notes out. So I have here a few pages of just kind of brain dumped notes of where I want to go with the story and the draft. It's funny, when it comes to this project, the High School Monster Hunter, drafting it feels like pulling teeth, but the idea of hopping into edits sounds so great. But then when I think back on my rom-com, drafting it was a lot of fun, but now the idea of editing the rom-com feels like I just can't bring myself to do it. So it's just so funny how each project is different, and I really think this project is going to be a project that I'm going to have a lot more fun revising because the drafting, I'm struggling to finish the zero draft. But at least I left myself some kind of notes that I have a vision here. So I'm hoping to go through this tonight. Marcus and Matilda have a live stream always at 7 on Thursday, so I'm going to hop into that. That starts in about 30 minutes. Then tonight is Thirsty Thursday. We're going to see how much energy I have if I want to do that tonight. I think I will, because I would love to also finish the arc of the Londoners tonight. I'm going to have to stop and make dinner though, so it's a night. So I'm not sure exactly what just happened, but I sat down to go over the notes of my High School Monster Hunter story, and I just had a huge breakthrough for my rom-com retelling. I was looking for a blank page in the notebook to start writing notes, and I ran across some notes I had taken for the rom-com. So one of the things I ran across was a list of potential names for chapters, because I want the chapters to have titles for the rom-com. And I all of a sudden just had this feeling that part of the story wasn't fitting tonally. This B story element, and I was like, I can just completely swap this out and change this huge element of the story, and the main story, the main retelling, and all the bones and structure would stay the same, but the entire just tone would switch of the story. It would be a lot lighter and fluffier, which is what I wanted in a rom-com, but I worry that that might make it a little more generic. But I just have to be confident that my main idea of my retelling is good and not feel insecure. So I did a whole brainstorm about how potentially I could switch this huge element of the story, because right now the kind of this B plot element is a little bit dark and sinister, and it's kind of not really fitting with that light fluffy rom-com that I wanted. And this pastel color palette, it's not really fitting with that. And switching this out, I'm not exactly nailing down the details of what I want it to be, but That's what I'm thinking right now. I'm totally rambling because I just came up with this. I'm like, had to run back here and tell you guys. I don't want to go back into completely working on the rom-com though right now. I think part of this realization is coming from the fact that I've been reading more rom-coms, and I've been reading a lot lately, and that was one of the things I wanted to do, was read a lot of rom-coms to get to know this genre better. I took a break and I did a lot of reading. And I went back to, I think at the last clip I updated, I was like having a breakthrough with my rom-com. I did end up going back to my editing notes that I left for myself about High School Monster Hunter. I have to say, they're good. The notes I wrote myself are really good. I really need to figure out the timeline issues with this project, and I feel like I'm getting blocked again. And I think the fact that I had drafted the 30,000 words almost a year ago is what's holding me back. It's kind of like I keep dwelling on those original 30,000 words. I wish I just would have wrote the whole zero draft and never put it down afterwards, or taken a quick break and gotten right back into it. Because leaving it rest so long, it's where things start to feel a little bit discombobulated. So Thirsty Thursday is starting in like 2 minutes. I'm having an energy drink in a wine glass. So it's Friday. I've been having a pretty slow morning because I went back to bed after Lupin's morning walk because I was obviously up for Thirsty Thursday. I've just been reading this morning and being pretty relaxed. I've just showered and I'm doing my makeup. My eyeshadow is so cool. It's like my favorite look to do. I'm gonna finish doing my makeup and then I think I'm gonna sit down and work a little bit more on High School Monster Hunter and then be sort of rotating between that and reading my Arc of the Londoners. That's what I was kind of doing last night during the sprint. So that is my plan, and then I want to do a little walk in the city today just because it's nice and my partner's home, and just to take Lupin out in the city. And I will hopefully bring the camera along and show you a little bit of the city again. I felt, like I said, kind of creativity pinball bouncing between all these projects and ideas. But to be honest, I feel good with all of my main projects right now. And my reading, I actually finished an audiobook this morning again, walking the dog. So I've been reading, I think I read, I don't know how many books, 6 books this month so far. So I said I was gonna beat my record of 8 from last month. So I think I'm on projection to do that. Reading over the scenes I wrote during the 10K day is very entertaining. There is so many speech to text misheard phrases, and some of them are giving me a good laugh. When you go back and read over what you wrote, it kind of feels like an out-of-body experience. Like, I don't remember writing this, but I just love this story so much. Every time I start reading it, I just get really pulled into the characters. And I was really trying to, during that 10K, flesh out the relationship between the 2 leads. So it's very dialogue heavy, but it's kind of that very fun, quippy banter, and I'm having a lot of fun reading over this. Yeah, like I said, I think this story is really gonna shine in revision. It's just the drafting of this that takes a lot out of me, but I'm gonna push myself over the next, whatever, month and a half to get this zero draft complete, and then I can start polishing this. This is a lot of fun, but I'm gonna have to now take a lunch break and take Lupin on a walk, so that is the plan now. Beautiful long walk in the city. It was really sunny. I'm surprised how many people were out and about considering we're still in a pandemic, but whatever. I used to be out all the time and now I stay home like a responsible person. I thought my original plan was to come and have a hot tea when we got home, but since it was so hot out, I don't want a hot tea. So I'm making myself a root beer because we don't have root beer here. My mom sends me these little packets. So I'm gonna mix one up with some sparkling water right now. I'm not gonna lie, this vlog has been so stressful to film because having my partner home the last couple days and trying to film around him and be creative and get things done in my normal process, it just is not working for me. I just feel really stressed out right now. I did get quite a bit of reading done though now this afternoon, but it's now coming to the point where I have to get this video edited, and that is what's really stressing me out. I know it's ironic that I just did like the small author tour tag talking about this kind of behind the scenes part of having an AuthorTube channel, and that's my reality right now, is being like, hey, I committed to having a video for Friday and I have all these random vlog clips and I'm not sure how this is going to be a video. So I don't know, I feel stressed right now, and I know this video is all over the place, and if you've stuck around till this long, thank you for watching. And I definitely appreciate you. So I have to go get to editing. Yay! I need to be positive because actually I got a lot of reading done the last couple days, and I've come a long way with both my high school Monster Hunter project and kind of feeling this new rejuvenation for my rom-com. So I hope that I can take this momentum and move forward and be doing good. I'm just stressed right now about the filming and editing aspect of YouTube, but hopefully next week will be better. So thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!